shouldn't be writing this. Not because I'm scared someone will judge me or mock me, but because every minute I spend putting this into words feels like I'm drawing his attention. Like describing him is the same as inviting him. But I need someone to know. If I disappear, maybe this will help someone else. Maybe it will explain what happened to Emily Carter. And maybe it will explain what's happening to me. If you've ever heard of her, if her name triggers any memory, please keep reading. Someone has to remember her besides me. Because she's not gone. Not completely. Not the way a person is supposed to be gone. And after what happened last night, I don't think I will be gone normally either. 12 years ago. I was 10 years old when Emily disappeared. She wasn't the kind of girl who stands out. Quiet, small, polite. Always sitting in the back of the classroom. Always wearing the same blue jacket that was a little too big for her. But her eyes, God, those eyes. Big, dark, always scanning the room. Always watching the corners like she expected something to be standing there. Once, when the class went outside for recess, she tugged on my sleeve and said, "Do you ever feel watched, even when you're alone?" I laughed, said something stupid like, "Yeah, when my mom wants to know if I did my homework." But she didn't smile. Her face didn't move at all. She just stared toward the woods that lined the back of the schoolyard, her lips tightening. Looking back now, I don't think she was scared of the woods. I think she was listening for something inside them. 5 days before she vanished, we were in her backyard. Her mother was inside talking on the phone, pacing back and forth through the kitchen window. Emily and I sat on cheap plastic chairs under the maple tree. She kept glancing to the sides like she expected someone to appear. Then she leaned toward me, closer than she ever had before, and whispered, "If I go missing, don't try to find me." I asked why. She swallowed hard, her little throat trembling. Her voice cracked. "Because he likes when people look." I asked who he was. She didn't answer. She just stared over my shoulder, her eyes wide with that slow, painful blink she always did, like she was trying not to cry. And then her mom called her inside and she left. That was the last real conversation we ever had. The night she disappeared. It was 2:17 a.m. I remember because I looked at my alarm clock 100 times after everything happened. I woke up to 3 soft taps on my window. Not a knock, not a crash, just 3 deliberate taps spaced out evenly. I sat up, confused. My window was on the 2nd floor. Something would have to climb onto the roof to reach it. The tapping came again. 3 taps. I got out of bed, walked slowly toward the window and pulled the curtain back. And my heart slammed against my ribs so hard it hurt. Emily was standing outside, barefoot, soaking wet, her hair hanging in long, dripping strands over her shoulders, her pajamas plastered to her skin. Her eyes were wide and unblinking, staring right into mine. Her mouth hung open just slightly, like she had been screaming, but no sound came out. I froze. I wanted to scream for my parents, but my voice was stuck behind my teeth. Then she mouthed something, slowly, painfully, like each word cost her something. "He's in your house." Her breath fogged the glass. I stumbled backward, my heel hitting the edge of the rug. She held up her hand against the window, and that's when I saw it. Her pinky finger was broken, bent toward her wrist in an impossible angle. Before I could react, before I could even blink properly, something yanked her backward. Hard, fast, like an invisible hook had latched onto her spine. She disappeared from the window in a motion so sudden my eyes struggled to follow it. And at that exact second, the power went out. My room went dark. The hallway went dark. Everything, every light, every noise cut off at once. I screamed. I remember that part clearly. My dad burst into my room with a flashlight, his face pale with confusion. He thought someone had broken in, but when he checked outside, the yard was empty. No footprints, no sign she'd been there. Nothing. They told me I had a nightmare. 3 days later, the police declared Emily Carter missing. And because I was 10, no one listened when I said I saw her. 12 years later. I'm 22 now, live alone in a one-bedroom apartment in Ohio. I work remotely. I don't talk to my childhood neighbors, and I never thought about that night anymore. Until yesterday morning. I woke up with a folded piece of paper pushed under my apartment door. That door is deadbolted every night, locked with a chain. I live on the 3rd floor of a building with cameras on every floor. But someone had slipped something under my door anyway. A note, a small white folded note. The writing inside made my stomach drop. He remembers you. No signature, no handwriting I recognized immediately. But the style, the shaky cursive, the way the E's looped, it pulled at some distant memory. I tried to brush it off as a prank, maybe a neighbor messing around, until that night. 3:11 a.m. The knocking started. 3 knocks, slow, soft, exactly the same rhythm from 12 years ago. I froze in bed. Every part of me felt like it was being pulled in 2 directions, run or listen. I forced myself to stand, grabbed my phone, and walked to the door. I looked through the peephole and nearly screamed. A girl was standing there, thin, small, barefoot, her long dark hair sticking wetly to her face. She wore old pajama pants with a blue star pattern, a pattern I had not seen since I was 10. She lifted her head, slowly, painfully, her neck creaking like it hurt her to move, and I recognized her immediately. Emily. She was exactly the same. Exactly. Not older, not aged, frozen at 10 years old. Her eyes lifted to the peephole, locking onto mine, and I swear she was looking straight at me through it. Her lips parted, and in a raspy, broken whisper, she said, "You left your door unlocked." I panicked. I twisted the deadbolt even though it was already locked, my hands shaking so violently I fumbled the latch. When I looked again, she was gone. Vanished. Instant, like she had been yanked backward again. But there was something on the floor, a folded piece of paper. I opened the door just long enough to grab it. Inside, written in a shaky, desperate hand, were 2 lines. "He didn't come for me. He came for you." I couldn't breathe. The note fell from my hands. Then, my phone rang. An unknown number. Against all logic, I answered. Maybe part of me hoped it would be a friend, or my mom, or anyone. But instead, I heard static, soft at first, then growing louder, crackling. Behind the static, a voice whispered, "Too slow, too low, too broken to be human. Let me in." I hung up, turned off my phone, sat with my back pressed against the front door, listening for hours until the sun came up. 1 hour ago, I heard something slide under my door. Another note. I didn't want to pick it up. I already knew who sent it. My hands shook as I unfolded it. This time, the handwriting was frantic, slanted, trembling. It said, "Stop looking through the peephole. He can see you through the glass." I dropped the paper. And then the knocks came again. 3 knocks. Soft, slow. But this time, when I backed away from the door, he spoke. Not Emily, not a child, a man. A voice like shards of ice dragged across stone. "I know you're awake." I froze. He called my name, not loudly, not angrily, but from very, very close, like he was on the other side of the door, then closer, then inside, like he was already in my apartment. I can hear him breathing now. He's somewhere behind me. I'm afraid to look. I'm afraid if I turn around, that thing that took Emily will finally take me too. I'm going to post this before. I don't know how long I sat there in that hidden room, staring at the wall covered with drawings of Eloise, trying not to scream. Every second felt stretched thin, like it could snap. I kept thinking, if the cops don't get here soon, I'm going to die underground next to a pile of someone's memories. But then my phone buzzed in my pocket. A text from an unknown number. "Are you with her?" I swear my heart stopped. I couldn't even breathe. I didn't answer. Couldn't. I turned the screen off, shoved the phone back, and kept my eyes glued to the stairs, because that's when I heard it. Footsteps. Soft, slow, dragging something, coming down the stairs. I didn't move. I didn't blink. I didn't breathe. And then a voice said, "You shouldn't be here." My stomach turned inside out. The voice wasn't quite right, like someone trying to imitate speech after not speaking for years. A rasp, a scrape. Then a shape appeared at the bottom of the stairs. Tall, thin, wrong. I only saw the outline, but it was enough. A silhouette bent at angles a person shouldn't be able to bend. Shoulders too high, neck too long, head tilted like something broken. I froze. The thing took 1 step toward me, then another. That was enough. I bolted. I don't even remember making the decision. My body just moved. I sprinted past the shelves, through the corridor, up the stairs so fast I nearly slammed into the wall at the top. The air hit my lungs like knives. Behind me, I heard something climbing, fast, not walking, climbing the stairs like an animal, hands and feet scraping the wood. I screamed. I didn't mean to, but I did. I tore through the house, tripped over the coffee table, slammed into the doorframe, and practically ripped the front door open. I sprinted into the yard and didn't stop until I reached the street. I could still hear it, scraping, dragging, getting closer. And then, finally, sirens. A wave of flashing blue and red turned the corner at the end of the street, and 2 cruisers skidded to a stop in front of the house. Officers jumped out, yelling commands I couldn't process. I pointed at the door, unable to form words. They went inside, guns drawn, flashlights out. I waited. Seconds passed. Minutes. My pulse slammed so hard in my skull I thought I'd pass out. Finally, 3 officers came out. Their faces were pale. One of them asked me to sit down. The others started taping off the house. I kept asking, "Did you find her?
did you find Eloise?" The officer looked at me with an expression I'll never forget. "We found something," he said. I wasn't allowed back inside, not even to explain what I'd seen. They put me in the back of an ambulance, checked my vitals, asked if I'd been drinking or using anything. I told them everything, every detail. When I finished, nobody said anything. They just exchanged looks. Hours passed. The sun started coming up. My head spun with exhaustion and adrenaline. Eventually, one of the detectives came over and said, "We need you to see something." They wouldn't tell me what. I followed him to one of the patrol cars. He opened the back door. Inside was a thin, pale girl wrapped in a blanket, mud on her legs, cuts on her hands, eyes wide, unfocused. She looked nothing like the drawing, and everything like it. The detective said quietly, "We found her in a bolted room behind the stairs, dehydrated but alive." It was Eloise, at least physically. I cried. I couldn't help it. She wouldn't look at me. She wouldn't look at anyone. She just kept whispering something under her breath, over and over. I leaned closer. Her voice was hoarse, trembling, barely audible, but I heard it. "He's still here." My whole body went cold. The detective asked her, "Who's still here, sweetie?" Eloise didn't answer. She just slowly turned her head toward the house and smiled. It wasn't a child's smile. It wasn't human. Her voice dropped low, too low. "He likes when you look for him." I stumbled back so fast I nearly fell. The detective grabbed my arm and asked what was wrong. I couldn't explain. I couldn't think. Because for 1 second, just one, I swear her eyes changed. The pupils stretched, the whites dimmed, like something was wearing her skin from the inside. Then she blinked and was just a scared kid again, shivering, crying, calling for her mom. The cops took her away. They said she'd go to the hospital. They said she'd be evaluated. They said I could go home. I didn't go home. I went to a motel 3 towns over and sat in the bathroom with the lights on until the sun set again. And that's when I got another text. Same unknown number. This time with a picture of me, taken that morning, standing outside the house. I blocked the number, threw the phone, sat on the floor shaking until my teeth hurt. I tried to sleep. I couldn't, because on the bathroom wall, just above the tile, drawn in something dark and smeared, was the same symbol I saw in the basement. A circle, a line, and a little girl figure. I don't know how it got there. I don't know how they found me, and I don't know if Eloise is really safe, because every night since, I hear something in the walls of whatever room I'm in, dragging, climbing, looking for me. I'm posting this because I don't want to be the next person people read about in the news. I don't want to disappear the way she did. If anyone has seen this symbol, if anyone knows what it means, if anyone has heard of something like this, please tell me, because I don't think Eloise was the first, and whatever that thing is, I don't think it was finished with her. It's following me, and it's getting closer. If I stop posting, you'll know why.